Toastmaster? Well, good morning, fellow Toastmasters. This morning, I would like to talk to you about management and its functions, specifically the 4 functions of management: planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. Now, we all use part of these functions every single day of our lives. Some of us that own our own businesses have a lot of experience using these, but I believe that we all use at least one of these functions every single day. Now, I'll give you a brief definition of planning. Planning is systematically making decisions about which goals and activities to pursue. Now, that is a very general, broad definition, but again, we all use planning in some aspect of our lives every single day. We plan what we're going to eat in the morning. We plan on what we're going to wear or what we're going to do, what we're going to do for that day. I use planning specifically when choosing my classes to go to Tech. It's not even July yet, but I have already decided what classes I'm going to be taking in January of next year. That's part of planning. I do that because it helps me create those goals, and I know what to achieve, and I know where I want to be. And so planning is the first step, but also probably the very most important step about it. Now the second, organizing. The definition of that is assembling and coordinating resources to achieve those goals. So organizing, again, when we have certain resources, Randall, your labor force, you need to organize all those people. You need to organize everything that you have to be able to accomplish your jobs. I have resources at Tech, counselors and other peers that I talk to every day to help me put together all the different stuff that I need to be able to achieve those goals to where I want to succeed in my education at Tech. And organizing can be a little tricky sometimes, because if you don't know what you're doing properly, and if you don't have anybody to help you organize, well, then it can just become a disorganized mess, and you're very much confused on where you are and where you want to be. Now this third step, leading, the definition of it I have here is stimulating high performance by employees. But I believe leading is a lot more than that. I believe leading could quite possibly be the most important function of anybody's lives at any single point in time, because we all need to be leaders in one aspect or another, such as leading ourselves to be better speakers, leading ourselves to be better motivators, and leading in our own personal lives and being a good role model and setting an example for those around us. That is a very vital part, I think, of even just being a person, is being able to find out how to be a good leader and how to motivate people and be able to communicate effectively. And like Toastmasters, like they say, where leaders are made. And I think, again, that's very fitting for me to be speaking about that right now, because we all want to be better leaders, we all want to be better motivators. But sometimes, again, we all must be leaders in our own lives, we all must be leaders in ourselves to be able to accomplish these goals and the objectives that we want. Now lastly, with controlling. Controlling is monitoring performance and making needed changes. And I think controlling sounds a little vague with how some people might perceive it, because you're not necessarily controlling people. You're not controlling things. You're monitoring their performance. You're keeping a close eye and close tabs on what they are doing and how they are working towards those goals. I like to think controlling, well, if I want to control my weight, I need to monitor what I'm eating every day, and I need to, if I'm gaining weight or if I'm not gaining enough weight, I need to be able to make those adjustments quickly enough so where I am in control of my weight and I am in control of my health, most importantly. So that's where I think the word controlling comes in the best play. But for the most part, I like to just call it monitoring. You need to monitor your employees, you need to monitor the people around you and know that they are working towards the goals and objectives you have set forth. Those are the 4 functions of management. I hope you understand a little bit more about it. If you've never heard about that before, that was one thing I wanted to add. A lot of people I speak to that, I like to consider professional business people, and I ask them, do you know what the 4 functions of management are? And sometimes they tell me, no. But I believe that these principles are very important for everybody and anybody, regardless if you're a manager or an employee or just a normal person. Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Jeremy. Appreciate you giving that speech.